Hello. Is it recording? Hello. Welcome to another episode of First Do Garage. Today, we're detailing the 4Runner. Come with us as we detail the 4Runner. Let's do it. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of First Do Garage. Today, we are tackling this dirty beast. We just got back from a weekend out on the trails, and we got a community event that we're hitting this Sunday, and then I'm taking it in to get some work done on it on Saturday. So I'm gonna do my service techs a favor and get the truck cleaned up so that they don't get all dusty. So with that, we're gonna film basically a how-to for basically how we detail our rigs here at First Do Overland. So just jumping into it, we're gonna go straight off the bat. I've got my pressure washer, and I've got a whole bunch of a variety of Grille garage products that we will put on the screen here, and I'll kind of just walk through them real quick. First up, we have the Grille Garage Brilliant Car Wash, along with a ceramic wash and coat that we apply with the foam cannon. We've got a 3-in-1 tire and wheel cleaner, ceramic spray on wax that we put on afterwards, and then we use Rain-X on all of our glass surfaces, and then for the tires, we also pair Simple Green with the 3-in-1 tire cleaner. For the undercarriage, I've got a undercarriage sprayer that we just got off Amazon. That works super well and does a great job of getting the undercarriage clean. And then for the tires and the side and all that, we've got wash mitt and then a variety of tire brushes. So with that, let's go ahead. We'll jump into the episode. I'll take you step by step through the process as best I can. And yeah, let's do it.
Little.
All right, so step one is you want to get the truck, you want to wet down the entire truck, make sure that all the surfaces are wet and ready to be washed. So with that, let's do it. And with this, you can either do one side at a time, or you can do the entire vehicle in one go. That's up to you on how you want to do it. For today's purposes, because the passenger side of the truck is still in the sun, I'm just going to go ahead and wet down the driver and rear side of the truck. And then once we're ready to wash the passenger side, I will go ahead and get that side soaked down. If you want to do a little bit of pre-soak on the underneath, you can. Kind of get the pressure washer down there, but we'll tackle that later with the undercarriage spray as well. All right, so now the driver's side license is all wetted down. We're gonna go ahead and hit the rear. The tent is wet as well. And we're just gonna go ahead and we'll do a quick rinse here on the back of the truck. And then from here, we'll grab our foam cannon and get to the fun part. Basically, during this process, you want to make sure that to get as much of that dirt off as you can. This kind of makes it easier with the hand wash to keep the mitt a little bit cleaner. The trouble areas here on the 4Runner are here on this back area right here, where I'm mentioning this is where the hatch meets the bumper. Entire truck is wetted down. Now we're going to go ahead, grab the foam cannon, our wash mitt, and get to washing.
Little.
So now that the truck is soaked down with the foam cannon, we're just gonna go ahead and go through with the mitt and basically scrub down all the hard surfaces, and then start from the top and work our way down. Also too, this is a reminder, if you have lights on your roof rack and they're able to be tilted up, tilt them up, just that way you can get the entirety of the roof line. So right here, my scene lights are able to tilt, so I just tilted them up, and that way you're able to get up into that crevice. Also too, another tip of the trade is go with the body lines as well when you're going side to side. So like here, the 4Runner, the major body lines, there's one here right above the fuel cap. Then there's another one right down here along the body line, the crease right here. So go with those body lines. It makes it just a little bit easier. And then also too, when it comes time to apply the speed shine and all that later, that's another tip of the trade. It just makes application a lot easier. So another thing, just like I was saying earlier with body lines too, right here in the curve, put some elbow grease into those body lines. Also, shout out to B-Subs Graphics and Vinyl for doing our wrap. If you're in the Puget Sound area or Pacific Northwest area, hit him up for your wrap. He does fantastic work. Now with the rear window here as well, especially on 4Runners, something you want to pay some extra attention to is this sill here below where the glass meets the bottom of the hatch. This is notorious for getting dust particles in it, and you basically want to get as much soap down in there as you can, because the beauty of this is when you go to pressure wash this, the dust that's in there will come out the bottom side of that. But if you don't do a good enough job on it, once it dries, you'll have dust streak lines all the way down the back of your truck. And then also too, like I mentioned earlier, this rear part of the bumper here, where the hatch meets bumper, is another problem area for dust. So a lot of times what I'll do, see the truck unlocked? No, the truck's not unlocked. Stand by. Just crack it a little bit. And just get down here with your mitt and go all the way back. That way, when it comes time to rinse it, all the dirt that's caked on right under the lip comes out. All right, now that the passenger side is in the shade, we can now tackle the passenger side. So same thing as we did in the driver and the rear. I'm gonna soak it with a coat of water, foam cannon it, hand scrub it, and then rinse it off. So let's get into it. We guys got the passenger side and the front side to go, and then the tires on all four. So let's do it. Something else that I just thought of as well, or that I remembered, is when you're doing the area around your wheel wells, at least on Toyotas, Inside here on the bottom, the front and the rear on, both front and rear tires too, there's little indentations or divots as well, and you can get rocks and dirt up in there. And so just when you're rinsing this area, just get the nozzle, get down in here and just kind of shove it on down in there and see what, give it a good rinse on both sides. Because like on this side right here, actually I can see it, I've got a huge rock lodged in there. So just stuff that you don't want coming out when you're on the freeway and whatnot. So I'll throw that back there. And yeah. And since this front portion is still in the sun, this is gonna be the side we're gonna rinse first, just because we don't want to get soap scum buildup, or residue, excuse me, soap scum residue on the front of the truck. So tap this out real quick, and we are going to normally I would say we'd start from the top and work our way down, but because this air part is still just barely in the sun, like I said, you want to rinse this first just so the soap doesn't dry onto the vehicle. But then once that rinsed off, we'll go ahead and we'll start here, and again, just kind of work our way around like we did before. Slow, steady motions, making sure that you're getting all of the soap off. And yep, going door by door. And that's that for the side. Now I just gotta do the front. And that's that. Let me bring this pressure washer a little closer. Something else to keep in mind too when you're working here in the front grill area. On these insides, you got the flat surfaces here and then up in the corners, and then also the underside of that top trim piece. Just make sure you get in there in the corners and get that, because especially on a black vehicle, or even especially when the 4Runner was white, this was a spot that notoriously, unfortunately, got missed. But it also shows when you leave dirt behind, it shows and is super obvious. So want to make sure you get in there, get into all the cracks and crevices, and just get all of that dirt out. And then can we just take a second here to admire this little orange trim piece that Brad did? Oh my gosh. It's been 7 months, 8 months now, and this still does it to me. Headlights. Same thing, headlights. You want to give this some extra TLC because those are one of the most important parts. And then just back up here to the just big motions, getting that soap worked in, and all that dust and dirt broken up. That, and then while we're up here too, give your windshield wipers a quick little douse to make sure get all the dirt off. And then I'll come to the other side and do the driver's side here in a second. But just want to get all that soap down into the cracks and crevices, because again, this is another area up here, this top trim piece that runs along the windshield, that holds a lot of dirt. Oh, ouch. Not as young as I once was. And also too, with your, if you got light bars, this is, especially if you do a lot of freeway driving, this is a notorious graveyard for bugs. So just sometimes you might need a little bit of elbow grease. And then also too, if you have a roof rack that's got a wind visor on it, just go running the mitt right along that crease as well, just to get the dust and dirt build off from there. I unfortunately don't have any right now, but Grille's does make an excellent bug and sap remover that if you do have stuck on bug guts, you just spray it on there, let it sit for a couple minutes, and it wipes right off. So if you have bugs that you can't get off with some elbow grease, the Grille's bug spray works wonders. And no, this video is not sponsored by Grille's, but Grille's, if you're watching and you want to sponsor us, we'll happily take that sponsorship. And then up next, the driver's side. Same thing, right along the visor. And then just, you want the windshield wiper. And the windshield. Oh, there we go. All right, and with that pretty much does it for the hard surfaces. So I'll just give this a quick rinse and we will tackle the tires. All right, so for the undercarriage, it's nothing super fancy. I want to say we got this off Amazon for like 40 bucks. And it works just as well as the 100, 150 plus ones that are online. So literally all you do is just, it's got 3 separate pieces that you put together, snap it into your pressure washer nozzle like so, and then just pull the trigger and let it rip. And then you just want to make sure that you're doing nice and slow movements with it, just to get that extra dirt that's built up off. Some people will say that they're not sure how well this works, but I can attest that at the end of every season, or actually, excuse me, at the beginning of the springtime, when I'm doing my spring cleaning here at the house, I always pressure wash the driveway. And for the last 2 years, in April, I always end up with a massive beach here on the driveway, from mud from all over Washington, Oregon, Idaho, and Montana. So this undercarriage spray definitely works. It does a great job on getting all of the nooks and crannies and just giving the undercarriage a good solid rinse. Also something too, pay some extra attention here to your running board, especially if you have running boards like this. So the bottom side of these running boards, there is a metal track system that runs underneath, and that is notorious for just holding pounds and pounds of dirt and mud. And so just getting under there with this, or just with your pressure washer nozzle at the beginning, works wonders. And that is something I'll add to this as well. You can do the undercarriage at any time throughout the wash process. For me, it varies. Honestly, sometimes I do it first. And that's usually most beneficial because you get all the dirt. Like if you look here on the running board, there is some dirt that's spilled over. But after the fact, you can just come through with your nozzle and rinse it off. But no, this undercarriage spray has been super nice. And usually when I take it in to get service, because I do this every time I go, right before I go in, I always get some sort of compliment from the service tech saying, hey, it's obvious you made an attempt at cleaning the bottom, so thanks. So a happy service tech is a non-dirty service tech is a happy service tech when working on an Overland rig. So do them a favor, get your rig cleaned as best you can. So now that the undercarriage is done, we'll just go, like I said, we'll give the running boards a quick rinse, just to kind of rinse off that whatever dirt kind of may have popped up over the edges. And then we'll do the tires, and then that'll be it. All right, so tires, just like the rest of the vehicle, you want to just give them a quick rinse with a pressure washer. And then I'm gonna use, just because these are extra dirty, I'm gonna use the 3-in-1 wheel and tire cleaner. And then I'm also gonna do a coat of Simple Green, just to make life a lot easier. Some people will say it's overkill, but the dirt will come off quite easily. Grille also makes a heavy duty wheel cleaner that works amazingly well too. So feel free to check any of these out. You just want to apply this liberally to the tire and the rim, getting up in there. Now, something else I will note with wheel cleaners like this, the spray-on type, you do want to be mindful the first time you drive this after washing it. Give your brakes a couple taps just to kind of get they become a little slick the first application or so. So pull out of the driveway, just tap the brakes a couple times, and you'll be good as new. So we've got the 3-in-1 on. We're just gonna do a quick coat, just a quick coat of Simple Green, just for a little extra cleaning. And then let's get your tire brush. You just get down in there and work it in. Now you'll notice, I mean, it's kind of hard to tell with the black rims how much dirt's coming out, but you can see it a little bit. You just want to get down in there and scrub, get it all out. All right, that brush. And then we also have in here, someplace right here, small little brush. Use this on the lug nuts and all that, just to kind of get down into those creases. Just gotta be careful because I don't want to peel the Plasti Dip off. I really don't want to reapply Plasti Dip. But this is great, it gets down into those where the big brushes can't. All right, and then yeah. Stiff brush, again, you're just gonna work this around the tire. And then for the rim itself, normally if this wasn't a plastic coated rim, I would just get, again, the stiff brush. I'd use the stiff brush on there, but because this is plastic coated, I don't want to damage the plastic coat layer. I'm just going to come in here with a softer brush. I just kind of just wick it off, and this will do the trick to get whatever dirt is on there off. You just want to be mindful not to strip that plastic coat off. Basically, just going to go in there like that. So step back, give it a quick rinse. And again, with plastic coat as well, you want to make sure that your pressure washer nozzle is as far back as you can, just so that way you don't risk, again, peeling off that layer of Plasti Dip. But just give it a quick rinse, get the wheel well again, the area around, just in case there was any excess soap and stuff that got up there. And that's that. So basically we'll just repeat this step 3 more times on the rest of the tires, and we will be good to go. And then by that point, once the tires are done, the rest of the truck should mostly be dry. If it's not, we'll go through with a drying towel, dry it, and then we'll just go through and we'll apply our ceramic 3-in-1 spray again. So with that, we'll fast forward through the next 3 tires and I'll catch you afterwards. Okay, so tires are done, truck is washed. Now we're just gonna go over it. Most of it's air dried, but we're just gonna go over it with our drying rag here just to kind of get the residual water off, work out some of the soft water stains on here, and get her ready for her close-up. Oh, there's hella water spots. All right, well, Rain next will fix this. So, unfortunately, we are not blessed with soft water here. We have hard water, so occasionally we'll get hard water stains. you can use your drying rag to get some of them off too, but also something else that you can use, and we'll tackle this a little bit later once I'm doing the final detailing. Rain-X is good at getting this stuff off. But as you can see, most of them, let me finish drying this real quick and we'll do a comparison between these two. So if you do a close-up of here in this passenger, you can see the water stains on there hopefully, and then compared to this, it's got to put a little bit of elbow grease in it, and those water stains will come right out. See, it's just literally just as easy as that. There they are. Right along that. Good as new, pretty much. Same thing with the last one. And this is nice because it's just a good way to, one, it gets you, hand drying it allows you to see one if you miss a spot, but also just to do those finite, intricate adjustments and kind of fixes and stuff like that. You kind of spot clean a little bit as you go. But yeah, for the most part, that is it. So we'll just wrap the video up here. I'm just going to continue to hand dry it. I'm going to do just a quick little touch up here and there for a couple spots, and then yeah, she's ready for her close-up. So if you learned something, don't forget, hit that like button. If you got questions about anything along the process, drop them in the comments, and make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that bell to get notified every time we post. So with that, we'll catch you in the next episode, and we'll see you on the trail. Bye, guys. Why are you getting that fucking